Good morning, garden friends. Today I'm going to be working on my 2 window boxes. I have a third one, but because my hydrangea gets so huge, you can never see what I have planted in there. So these 2 here are the ones that I'm going to be working on. And this is the thing. These guys are stationary, unlike the ones that are on my garden shed, to where I can pop them out and work in there. These guys are, like I said, are stationary. I'm asking Kevin if he can convert those into ones like the ones up by the shed. But I'm gonna go ahead, add some soil to it, container soil to it, my biotone, and get these guys potted up. And then I want to be able to walk you guys through the meadow garden. It is looking so amazing. But let me show you what I'm going to be putting in the window boxes that I think is going to just really pop and just look gorgeous. So let me show you those things. Okay, as you guys know, I love the Proven Winners bubblegum. I'm gonna try them in the pots, in the containers here, the window boxes. And I'm only gonna put one because these guys end up doing so well. And then on both sides, I'm going to go ahead and put the English ivy. And I think that color combination is going to look nice. What I'm shooting for is, while both of these guys will be trailing, I want the fullness. So I'm only going to be putting one of the bubble gum in the container and then 2 of the ivies on the side, so that when they end up filling in, it is going to be magnificent. In this bed here, let me turn the camera around because you have to see my peonies. Look how well my peonies are doing. This is year number 4 for these guys, and they seem to love this area. But I also have my bachelor buttons, which I think probably maybe later on in the week, go ahead and deadhead these guys, because as you can see, there's tons of new growth. And then behind those, I have my, what are those? White Veronica wands. And then this one here is purple. And, you know, the thought process is, because they will get about 24 inches tall, as the peonies bloom and die back. And now I got the white Veronica and purple Veronica wands coming up. Me cutting back my bachelor buttons will give me that tiered look. And then over here is my white asters. And then I have back here some lilies, and also, what are those? Hyssops. I got 2 different versions of hyssop. And then, guys, look at my sprea. This thing is just so gorgeous. And I think by adding that pink and the green of the ivy in the window boxes is going to look nice. So let's go ahead and get these boxes prepared. As I stated, because the boxes don't pop out, makes it a little bit more not user friendly. I'm gonna go ahead and put some biotone in here before I put the plants in here. like to get those little roots from previous plants out of here. And like I always do, take the bottom half off so the roots got room to expand into soil. And as you guys know, I don't pack, but I'll tell you this. My baskets that I did maybe 3 weeks ago are blooming so nicely, filling in. I'm gonna go ahead, get this hosed off, put the mulch on, and then we will move to the second window. Okay guys, it's starting to rain. So I quickly put the other box together, but let me turn the camera around so you guys can see it, and then I can share with you guys how my meadow garden is looking so amazing. Okay, so that's the first box. I got it planted up and mulched, and like I said, both of these plants will get nice and full and trailing, and I'm gonna keep them manicured because I don't want them, you know, to get out of control, but it'll end up looking so pretty. And then the other box is also done. But guys, let me just walk you through the meadow garden. As you remember, I put the pavers for a walkway through here. Got my penstemon and Liriope. Those are, I believe, echinaceas that I have all back in here. More of the penstemon, that these buds, this is going to look gorgeous. It's just covered. And then this is my woodland phlox area. I have different varieties along with the bearded iris. I got one that is popping through, and this usually gets so full. My Shasta daisies back here that line the path. Got another woodland phlox over there and some more of the penstemon. You know, I wanted to have things that can handle the sun. This is where I moved my denim and lace, and it seems to be doing so much better. I see there's a piece on there that I need to cut off. Got some more echinaceas back here. These are mums that overwintered and did really nicely. And then my wall of flagstone irises. And you can see that they are definitely blooming. This here is my quick fire limelight, my double petal knockout rose. That is just huge. And then another one of my quick fires. But guys, look at this. Doesn't that look amazing? And when I think about what it looked like last year, before I ended up doing the pathway, I'll put a photo up, and all of these plants were from small, the little 4-ounce or 4-ounce containers. And that's why I love getting the smaller plants, so that I can see how well they end up doing. Like I said, I'm not that instant gratification gardener, but this is looking so beautiful back here, and I just love it. And the pathway just adds the touch that I want, you know, even if some of the plants end up spilling over into the walkway. All right, guys, this is what it looked like before, as I was planning out my vision of what I wanted this garden to look like. I have to say that transformation is definitely a game changer in how I wanted this garden to look like, and the plants that I wanted to capture in order to make my meadow garden bed. All right, guys, I am happy with how the window boxes came out. Cannot wait until they end up filling in between the ivy and the proven winners bubblegum petunias. It is going to look gorgeous. Well, let me get in, because the rain is starting to come down just a little heavier. Well, thank you again for visiting Inspiring Garden Corner, and I look forward to you checking out my next video.